classwork, tests, and lectures. They don't think about the excitement of club day. Clubs have become an integral part of student lives across the country and at Collins. Clubs are a way for students to get out of class and into something they're really interested in. So what clubs do we have at Collins? Well, we have So what is so great about clubs? Is it really just getting into something you're interested in, or is there more to it? Of course there is. Clubs offer students an opportunity to improve their leadership skills, personal connections, and they can expand their resumes and professional connections. Collins offers so many clubs that open students up to a wide variety of opportunities. Perhaps the most important benefit students get from involvement in extracurricular activities is more personal. Clubs, especially those available at Collins, give students a chance to form new connections they may not have been exposed to outside of the organization. Of the clubs available at Collins, MLCHS is one of the many that allows students to expand their professional network. It offers students an opportunity to get involved in volunteer programs, internships, etc. Not only that, it looks very good on a college application. Okay, so what do you think is the greatest benefit of NHS?
There are many benefits to NHS, National Honor Society. It's hard to narrow it down to just one particular great benefit, but National Honor Society is an academic honor society, so the people that are interested in being a part of that form a really good group of students. There's good energy in the group because everyone there is committed to being a good student. So it's nice to be around people that sort of have similar motivations. But another really good or some other things that National Honor Society tries to develop in students are issues of character and leadership and service. So that the opportunities that become available in National Honor Society help students to grow in those areas. So it's not just academics that we talk about, but we also try to develop, again, those other characteristics in students: leadership, character, and service.
Okay, and how has or can it help alumni in the future?
I actually have, stayed in touch with some of my National Honor Society officers that have gone on and, graduated from here and gone on to college and other opportunities. And I will say, when I see some of the things that they're doing, I can see that some of the ways that they were able to develop in National Honor Society has helped them later, after graduating from high school. Many of them have gotten involved in their own organizations and leadership roles. And so created, wonderful things out of that. So I think that it's very obvious that some of the experiences that those students had here carried them into the world after they graduated.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Clubs are also a great way for students to build their personal skills. Students who participate in some sort of extracurricular Clubs are also a great way for students to expand their personal skills. Students who participate in some sort of extracurricular activity are able to make friends they have a common interest with. It helps them build their strong personal connections. So what clubs do you lead?
So I started out with the Gay Straight Alliance, GSA, last year, and then this year I started helping with the literary magazine, Mnemosyne, and also with the Environmental Concerns Committee. So 3.
What do you think inspires interest in these clubs?
I think when students want something to be a part of our community at Collins and we don't have it yet, it inspires them to make a space for that group. So I know with GSA, a lot of students wanted to have a closer community, a community of support and acceptance, and so they were sort of inspired to get together and start the club. And I think a lot of people are interested in it because a lot of young people these days are very open-minded and want to promote an inclusive and accepting atmosphere here at Collins. I think literary magazine, you know, obviously any student who loves to write and doesn't have an outlet to write just for fun would be interested in that, and a lot of students are. And then environmental concerns committee, I think a lot of students care about the environment just sort of at face value, and some students join the club to sort of support their friends, but I also think a fair amount of them have been sort of aware of political goings on and are concerned about the way current politics are going to impact our environment, and want to start doing something about that now rather than waiting until they're out of high school or out of college.
How do you feel your club benefits students?
Well, for the students that started the clubs, I think, or who lead the clubs, I think the leadership experience is really important in high school, and having the chance to plan things and create events and structure focused groups is really helpful for their future activities, whether it's college or jobs or whatever. But I also think you know, when you're young, you need the chance to explore who you are and what your passions and interests are. And anytime you create a group for young people to get together and spend time focusing on something that makes them passionate, I think that's an incredibly valuable time for them to spend.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Even beyond MHS, many of the clubs here at Collins offer unique opportunities for students. FCCLA offers its members an opportunity to participate in competitions that showcase their skills. The STAR events are a great opportunity for students to expand their resumes.
What are the STAR events?
STAR Events stands for Students Taking Action with Recognition, and STAR Events is the component aspect of FCCLA. So students choose a project that comes from a rubric full of different projects, anywhere from culinary arts, actually competing with a cooking competition, to interior design, fashion design, all kinds of just different things. So that's the actual piece of FCCLA where they go design and create a project, to take it and compete with it on a regional, state, and national level.
Okay, I'll just ask it again in the same take. What categories do students tend to do best in?
Students do well in any event that they choose to do well in. They have to understand how to read the rubric for their event. So there's not necessarily a specific event that students do well in. I've had students succeed in our culinary arts program. I've had students succeed in our recycle and redesign event. Like, our students do really well with all competition levels that they choose to compete in.
How do students participate?
Students participate by signing up for a STAR event. So they take a look through the STAR Events manual and decide what event they would like to be a part of. Our executive council plays a large role in helping new members of FCCLA get involved in STAR events. But basically they go through that manual, read the rubric, and decide they want to compete, and we go from there.
How do you see this helping students in the future?
STAR Events is one of the best ways to get involved in FCCLA, but it also takes that aspect of public speaking and leadership and organization and combining all of those things together to produce a product. And all of those are important skills that any person needs to succeed, not only in their future, but in like their life in general. So it's a great way to not only get involved, but to help succeed with yourself.
Okay, thank you.